Hello, I'm Dr. Stephen Whiting, founder and director of the Institute of Nutritional Science. And today, I'm sitting with John Howard, cyclist extraordinaire, as you'll find out in just a few minutes. John's been working with athletes of the highest level for many years, and we're going to talk to him today a little bit about his experiences and how important he finds nutrition and proper diet and the role it plays in athletic performance, recovery, and overall health and longevity. John, welcome.
Thank you, Steve.
First of all, John, I want to start out by having you tell our viewers just a little bit about your background, how you got started in all of this, what brought you to the many classic points in your career, and so forth.
It's been a long run. I think my dad played a part in my cycling career because he didn't approve of it. And I played football early on as a high school kid, and it was really way too light for the game, and decided on my own that I was going to stop that and start cycling. So essentially that's how it all came about. I became good at what I wanted to do and made my first Olympic team at age 19 and built the career on that.
Well, I know that in recent years you've founded an organization to help other people perfect their cycling and essentially get on top of the game. And what a lot of people don't understand is that when you get to that level of performance, micrometers can make a difference. And I know that I've worked with you and your organization for many years and have been supplying our key nutritional formulas not only to yourself, and you've used them for years, but also to your clients. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about how you have found these supplements to maybe give that athlete that extra inch, that extra push that they need oftentimes.
A lot of athletes have the idea that just simply training hard will get them across the finish line and maybe win an event. But the truth of the matter is, unless you have the micronutrients coming back into the system, you can't recover properly between these hard workouts. So I view nutrition, good nutrition, as the catalyst that brings it all together. And Phoenix products have been just perfect for us. They've allowed us to recover fully, myself included, because I'm still competitive myself. And I think that's made the critical difference for us.
Well, and in the 1970s, I was pursuing, right or wrong, a powerlifting career, and so I threw very heavy barbells around 4 or 5 hours a day. And I knew from my own experience that if I became protein deficient, and of course, when you're performing athletic-wise at that level, you're not talking about 80 grams of protein a day. You're talking about oftentimes much more than that. And I always found that using a protein shake, preferably whey protein, was a really good way to get the protein without the extra calories and without the feeling of being bloated and so forth. And I imagine you've used that with your folks as well.
Well, endurance athletes are a little different breed in that they are sometimes, without even being aware of it, cannibalizing muscle. We're fighting a battle between being as light as we possibly can, which means being strong, having good muscle mass, but at the same time wanting to essentially approach athletics the way a jockey approaches horse racing, that you want to be as light as possible. So that makes the equation doubly difficult because you're training so hard many times that you're breaking your system down, and this is why I think nutrition is so critical in bringing the body into a level where you can start building, you can take a day off, and you can build again on top of that. But the nutrition is the essential ingredient, as I say, the catalyst that makes it happen.
Yeah, and that's what I have found in all of my athletic endeavors. Now, those of you listening today, you might be wondering, well, I'm not an athlete. I'm not training. I'm not in training. I'm never going to be in training. I'm 57 years old or 62 years old. So why is this important to me? Well, I'll tell you why. Because we've been able to learn a tremendous amount about the human body from individuals who have chosen to pursue it and push it as far as physical limits will go. Now, how does that relate to the average person who probably doesn't get as much exercise as they need or should, and they're relatively sedentary? Well, here's the concept. If nutrition and key dietary supplements can provide the kind of recovery, stamina, endurance enhancing capabilities to a top athlete, just imagine what it can do for you. John, I know that you've worked with all types of people, not just top athletes. What's your experience been with applying these supplements and these nutrition concepts with just everyday people?
Masters athletes of all levels, and by the way, philosophically, I should probably explain my view of athleticism. I think all of us are athletes, a little bit or a lot, depending on what it is your goals and objectives are. All of us have some reasonable amount of athleticism, and the day we stop moving is the day we die. So we're all creatures of perpetual motion, and my experience has been that the older one gets, the more important it is to get proper rest between the various stages and plateaus of training. And those who are just training just to be to be alive and to make it through the day, who view themselves as couch potatoes, I think that's a curse. I think once you start believing that you can't do something, then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And my view of athleticism is that all of us are athletes, a little bit or a lot. And if you decide on your own that it's over, and you start gradually decreasing your level of mobility, then you start losing it very quickly. And nutrition is a big part of that. It helps us. With correct nutrition, you're building. Even though you may not be terribly active, you're still building. And I think that's the key, is to stay active, maintain mobility, flexibility, and a little bit of strength. Those are the real keys to athleticism on any level.
So you can see we're talking about quality of life, not quality of life for athletes, quality of life for all of us, because that's essentially what each one of us wants. We want the best that we can get out of life. We don't want to be confined to a couch or a chair or a bed. And essentially, nutrition and what we've learned from athletes can help each and every one of us. The formulas that John and I have been talking about are available to everyone at this time. Our research institute has done a licensing agreement with a Southern California company called Phoenix Nutritionals. And Phoenix Nutritionals is the exclusive distributor of our research formulas. If you're interested in finding out more information about those formulas, you can call them toll-free at 1-800-440-2390. Additionally, you can visit their website at www.phoenixnutritionals.com. Should you have any questions for our research institute, you can reach us by email at askthedoc, ASKTHEDOC, at healthyinformation.com. I also invite you to view our many videos on a variety of health subjects. They're available on the web at youtube.com. That's youtube.com. Just simply type in my name, Dr. Whiting, and you can view all of our health videos in this series. I'd like to take this time to thank you for spending a few minutes with us, and keep in mind that still life, still hope. I'm Dr. Whiting, and thanks for listening.